Hello everybody and welcome back to the Brickazoid's Den. Today is of course Saturday, which means Owl House has been released, and this is the episode Edge of the World. Wow, okay, so there's some stuff that happened, some stuff that got confirmed, some questions that were answered here, and also more questions were brought up, although it seemed like the questions that I had were somewhat answered in the episode. It just kind of like more like less confirmation, more of like this maybe could be a thing. But obviously, I'll get into like the questions and theories and answers, whatever, at the end of the video after I kind of go through the episode, talking about all like the context behind all my questions and things. But I gotta be honest, this is a very very good episode here. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, both King episodes from season 2 were really, really good. This is a King episode, obviously, and we didn't really get much King in the beginning of season 2B here, but now we're finally gonna get, of course, an episode here. But yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff, and yeah, I mean, I guess we'll just get into it because I do want to get to like the questions and theories part really badly. So we'll get into it right now. So to start us off, we are doing, of course, the opening here, and this is nothing too crazy of an opening. It basically starts off with King is making some food for visitors, and basically another King of dads shows up. So basically, King's dad shows up, and King has like brothers and sisters, and King is happy that his demon family and his owl family, I think he called them, met each other, but it ended up all being a dream, which is like devastating because again, all he really wants to do is just meet his dad, his real dad, and he doesn't really get that privilege, which is a shame. But yeah, again, it was all a dream. Ida wakes King up, and now and basically says that Luz is ready to talk about everything that happened, and everything that happened was all the events from Hollow Mind. Of course, was a crazy episode last week with so much going on there, but yeah, that was basically very quick opening. Nothing too crazy about it. Just kind of setting up a want for King, and then brings us into the entirety of the plot of this episode here. Now we are in the main plot of the episode here. Basically, Ida, Hooty, and King are told everything about what happened in Hollow Mind, and that's Luz was being a catalyst for Emperor Belos is becoming evil. Talking about I don't know, just everything that happened really. That he's a witch hunter, things like that. Like all that stuff that happened in Hollow Mind, Ida, Hooty, and King now know, which of course they would probably want to know. So Luz completely blames herself for Belos, basically Belos being a villain, which I don't think she. I mean, she did kind of contribute to Belos becoming a villain, but I wouldn't say that it was completely her fault. I wouldn't say it's completely her to blame, but she is definitely a catalyst for Belos' turn. But Lilith arrives, and Hooty is so happy to see her that he vomits a bunch of trash out, and King finds his letter from, what was it, Season 2A? I don't remember which episode that was. I think it was the Rain Whispers episode, I think, where the other kind of king-looking character drops off the letter, and then Hooty eats it, and then now it is coming back into play in this episode here. So then, of course, like I said, King finds the letter, and he now wants to go travel to where this letter is telling him to go, so that he can meet his family, potentially. Ida wants Luz to stay into hiding, because Luz is probably a very high target of the Emperor's Coven, because of going into Emperor Belos' mind, so Ida wants Luz to stay in hiding, but Ida finally allows Luz and King to go to the King's family's place, like wherever that actually ends up being, which we find out a little later on. And then we also learn from Ida and Lilith's conversation that there is only a week until the Day of Unity, so it is coming up really quick. It is coming up very quickly, so that is definitely something to be alarmed about, I would say. So Luz, King, and Hooty travel on the Selkadamas ship crew from the first episode of Season 2, Season 2A. And basically what they do is they spot a finger, but it isn't from the Bonesborough Titan, it's from a different Titan. And I never actually thought about the fact that there is other Titans out there who have, I guess, I don't know, what, died and been made into like a place of living for people, you know what I mean? I never actually thought about there being another Titan besides the Boiling Isles Titan that we always see, where Bonesborough is, and all the other, basically where our whole show has been taking place. So it's very interesting that there's another Titan that I just never thought about that idea. So Luz, King, and Hootie are then transported to, quote, the other side of the world, which I don't know exactly what that means. And this is basically another Titan, it seems, like some sort of island near another Titan. So that's interesting as well. Luz, King, and Hootie meet with another of King's species named Tarek, and Tarek is not King's dad. It seems King's dad is actually not here. So Tarek leads King to to Titan Trapper Island, which is an island full of King species. Tarek and King species are Titan trappers, which is very interesting. Um, yeah, you'll see why. There's one Titan remaining that the species is watching out for, and we learn who that Titan is in this episode. So King is left alone to learn how to be a Titan trapper, kind of, bond with his family, I guess you could say, while Luz and King head off to meet with the Elder. And actually, the Elder is named Bill, so Bill the Elder of the Titan Trappers. This has got to be, I mean, it's probably a Gravity Falls reference, right? Because like Bill Cipher, I don't know. Maybe that's just me running wild. But anyways, King goes through a series of training exercises to make sure that he is, a proper Titan trapper, and it seems like he's been doing them perfectly. So it makes him feel like, oh man, I'm actually, this is my species, these are my people. But we see what happens after that. So Luz and Hootie meet with the Elder named Bill, and Luz convinces Bill to get the Titan Trappers to help fight Belos, it seems, kind of like a convincing part. Um, but we also learn that the Titan Trappers' god is the Collector. And of course, we saw the Collector in Hollow Mind last week, and the Collector was working with Belos. So that's a red flag right there, big red flag. And it seems like the Titan Trappers are kind of fake, and they're dressing up as Titans. They are not actually of King species, it seems. And then Tarek gets word about King from Bill. Tarek turns on King, and basically he wants King to be having like this, what is this, indoctrination into the Titan Trappers. So he does like this, sets up this ceremony for him, but it actually ends up being a ceremony that is going to kill King because he is in fact the last living Titan. So that is big. That is huge. King is a Titan. That's insane. So before Bill is able to kill King, Luz and Hootie stop him. King does not want Luz to go. That's kind of why he's trying to look for his family so desperately, is because he knows that Luz is going to go back to her family, and then, King is going to be with Ida. Although, actually, that's a good question. Why is King so, hesitant to not live with Ida? I guess maybe I missed that in the episode. I don't know if they explained that, but maybe he just wants to find his people, I guess, so he can go maybe back and forth between both families. I guess that would kind of make sense, but I don't know. I didn't even think about that. Why is he so hesitant to live with Ida still? Whatever. Doesn't matter. Um, so Luz, Hootie, and King fight the Titan Trappers. King removes the masks of the Titan Trappers, and they end up just being regular Boiling Isles people. I actually thought they were human for a minute when Bill showed his arm. In one of the other scenes, Bill showed his arm, and I'm like, oh man, is he gonna be like human or something? Is that like the big twist? But no, they're just regular kind of, I don't know, Boiling Isles world people with like the curved ears, or pointed ears more. So Luz, Hootie, and King escape, and King uses his powers to destroy the portal that leads to the other side of the world, which is like the giant finger thing. And then we have the final scene of the episode, which is kind of felt like out of nowhere for a minute there, but then I'm like, oh wait, that kind of makes sense when you think about last week. The Emperor's Coven guards have the Owl House surrounded and are instructed to arrest anyone inside. So yeah, that was kind of a crazy ending. I'm like, oh my god, wait a minute, go back. Let me think about this for a second. But yeah, again, a lot happened this episode. So now I want to get into like the theories, breaking down everything that I've kind of found, and yeah, that's basically what I'm thinking. Now we have gotten to the interesting part of the video here, where we are going to be talking about questions, answers, and theories that we got from this episode. And to start off, I would like to go, let's see. Yeah, we'll go with this one. So, with the final scene, of course, the Emperor's Coven guards have the Owl House surrounded and are instructed to arrest anyone inside. From what we know, Ida and Lilith are still inside. They may have escaped, I don't know for certain, but from what we saw last of the Owl House, Ida and Lilith are inside. So that begs the question, are they going to be arrested or have they escaped already? But another thing to mention is that Luz, King, and Hootie are still on the Salkadama ship. So currently they are not at the Owl House at all. And basically I would say they're safe. They're safe, and they're probably going to have to be the ones to probably save Ida and Lilith is my guess, but I don't know. Again, maybe Ida and Lilith already escaped. Who knows? Who knows? Um, yeah. So I guess the owl house is kind of compromised, which is devastating. And at least Hootie got out too, because Hootie was the door of the owl house, but now he's able to be a backpack. So, yeah, it seems like Luz King and Hootie are safe for now because they're not actually at the owl house. But Ida and Lilith are still questioned if they get captured or not. We'll have to see in the next episode probably, because things are starting to build here. Like I'm starting to feel like um, the finale is coming. You know what I mean? And we still have like a month or so of episodes to go, and I still feel like I can feel it building. Especially with this final scene of this episode here, where the Emperor's Coven guards show up to the Owl House. I'm like, oh man, things are about to get wild. So then another question: at the Titan Trappers place, the other side of the world, as they called it, they have the Collector as their god. They worship the Collector. That's very interesting. I mean, we don't have a lot of information on the Collector yet. Like we don't have like a full exposition breakdown of the character. I would love to get one. Hopefully soon, because I do want to learn about this character because they seem very important. This Collector character. They seem like they're going to be a very big part of the Day of Unity, and that's big. That's big, of course. And I mean, the Collector was working with Bellows as well. So I don't know. There's a few questions here that I have, and also during the induction ceremony into the tribe, I guess King put some flame on this mirror. It looked like very similar to the Collector's mirror that Bellows had from the other episode of season 2, I think of episode 12, Elsewhere and Elsewhere. That's what it was. And he used flame to put the glass back together, and it was again resembling the Collector's mirror. And then he kind of got I think his eyes lit up or something like that. So was that the Collector maybe noticing him or something, or was that I don't know. Were they going to summon the Collector to kill King? Is the Collector like a Titan killer? I don't know, or Titan Slayer, I guess. I don't know. Another question to be asked, I guess. And then another question that was somewhat hinted at in this episode was King's dad, the Boiling Isles Titan, because it kind of seems like he was. King's dad was the Boiling Isles Titan because when they were driving back home on the Selkadama ship, King kind of said hi as they passed by this or they it seemed like they were going for the Boiling Isles there. Um, so he kind of said hi as if he was going to try and talk to his dad, who was the Titan, who was the island that everybody's living on, basically. So yeah, it seems like King's dad is the Boiling Isles Titan, or whatever it's called, Bones Burrow, Boiling Isles, whatever it's called. That Titan that everybody's living on, that we've spent the entire show on, seems to be King's dad, which is very interesting. It's very interesting. Hmm. I'm just trying to go through all the scenarios in my head of how this is going to play out. I guess another question was, who was he defeated by? Because he would have to be killed, I would think. And there's no way the Titan trappers, maybe the Collector. Oh man, there's so much to think about here. Maybe the Collector defeated the Titan, and now is working with Bellows to bring the Titan back. But why would that be? Why would that be a thing that the Collector would want? I don't know. I don't know. There's still a lot of things to think about, I guess. So if King's dad is the Boiling Isles Titan, then does that mean that King's dad is going to be the main villain because he will be reawoken? That is another question that I have here, and I would have to think that maybe I'm not understanding the Day of Unity completely, because I know it's going to be draining all of Witch's power. Probably that ends up killing them or something. I don't know. And that's kind of what the Day of Unity is going to be, because I think the whole idea is reuniting the people of the Boiling Isles with the Titan. But I don't know if that means that the Titan is going to come back to life, because they talked about how the Titans are always hungry and want to eat, it seems. So I don't know if that means the Titan's going to come back to life, or if that means that they're just going to kill all witches, or Bellows is going to kill all witches, so they can be in the dead world, I guess, with the Titan. Maybe that's how it's supposed to be. Because maybe the Titan isn't supposed to be reawoken. It's more just going to be a way to say that they're going to kill all the witches on the Boiling Isles. Man, that's again so much to think about here. But and then another big thing: King is a Titan. That's confirmed. So King is not really like this Titan trapper species. He is in fact a Titan, which is crazy. So I guess you could say that his him being an actual king was really really true because he is literally a Titan, which is crazy. Um, and he's very small, so he must be super duper young. Because my guess is that Titans live for a very long time. If King is only like that height, and it seems like King's dad was huge, was literally so big that he was an island. So, yeah, I think I got everything that I kind of wanted to talk about. There's still so much to think about, really. And then I guess for the final scene, I was kind of like confused when I was watching. I'm like, why are all the Emperor's Coven guards showing up now? Why didn't they just do this before? But my guess is maybe because it's either that Luz invaded Emperor Belos's mind, or um, uh, maybe maybe it's because the Collector kind of maybe was summoned into King or something. Because again, King's eyes, I believe, lit up or something like that when he put the mirror back together. Um, so maybe the Collector like saw King and knows that King is like the last living Titan, so they got to kill him, or maybe they're there to kill him or arrest him. I don't know, but again, still so many questions. I know I just kind of that was basically my time to just kind of talk about everything that I've broken down from this episode. Um, but yeah, no, a lot happened, as you can see. All right, so that was really it for this video. As you can see, this episode, Edge of the World, really had a lot going on, and there's again a lot to break down. I probably missed a lot of stuff. I want to say because I've been like so hyper focused on like the Titan stuff and reasons why the Emperor's Coven showed up, or reasons why the Collector was like the god and stuff. So maybe I missed a few things. If I did, I would love to hear about it in the comments. Please put that in there. I'd love to hear about any theory or anything that you guys have. Would love to hear about that. Um, but yeah, so if you enjoyed that video, do the common YouTube stuff, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.